Hi all. Right, welcome back. Red Storm, Dark Blue Defection, Scenario 2, Good Old Uncle Sam. This is part 10. And the reason I'm speaking like that is because I've just recorded about almost 30 minutes and it was just, I think it was a bit of a mess. And then I realised I had the camera pause when I was talking and I thought, oh, let's just start this again. So I'm just going to scrap that bit, but that's really frustrating because now I've got to just go over everything that I've just went over, and it's right. Well, let's do it properly this time. I started off by not going over John Brown's comments, and then I had to add them in as time went on, and because there's a couple of mistakes to talk about. So right, just push on, Grant. So I've got comments from John on part 8. I'm going to try and go through them quickly because I've just done them all already. First one was he's talking about, I mentioned about the range on these, the SA11, 8, 9, 10 and just the 1, and I'm assuming, like, is that between 1 and 7? Yes, it is. It's between 1 and 7. It's probably because space on the card. John also talks about some exceptions regarding high altitude, very high altitude SA12s doing a different thing. I'm not going to go over these. They're on his comments. But I will read them myself, John, and take them on board. But I don't want to just, yeah, okay. Bit frustrating what's just happened. So, and I do appreciate your comments, John. That's not the case, and people can go there and look at them as well. I don't need to really go over every word that's been said. To be honest, that's what I started the video off with. I was going to cut down on it. I do. Please keep your comments coming though, John, because they are like helping me with this game. Because yeah, absolutely, and there's 2 or 3 points you made here that obviously are very important. So right, moving on. Again, I talk about the SA11 here. Must have mentioned it being an infrared SAM. The SA11 is not an infrared SAM, it's a radar SAM. It's the other two, the SA13s, that are infrared. I'll get around to my mistake in a minute, which is also regarding that, or one of the mistakes. He says, well, then he moves on, when you're on a spine, you're technically in both hexes. He says, see rule 6.12 in the rules for more details. I didn't bother going looking at that first, but I think it just tells you about how you can decide, you can choose what hex you're in regarding some points. So let's go on to your hex sides. Yeah, air attacks by a flight in a hex side can be made from either hex. You know, there's different ways of doing it. And yeah, I mean, if you're in between two hexes with AA fire, then it would be, I mean, it's common sense here. The bot gets to choose. Okay, there doesn't seem to be anything written in the rules about the bot. You know what? I didn't look at the full rules, so there might be something there. But if you've got light AA in one hex, you've got medium in the other hex. You know, you've got to pick the medium fire, haven't you? Because it's what you would do yourself. So let's not worry about that. He says, also, at some point, I accidentally moved, this must be Vegas. Yeah, it must be Vegas. I accidentally moved Vegas onto a hex side when he should have been in a hex, and I think it's here. I think I'm in this hex and I move on to this hex side or something. I'm not going to bother rewinding that. It was a mistake when I was putting them back. I think I moved them and then moved them back, and I'm talking about a lot of things. And it's right enough, I do seem to end them back on the hex side. I'm pretty sure we could have still moved into this hex okay, so we'll just leave that, but again, thanks for bringing it up, John. He also confirms that the AA modifier only applies when the attack during a bombing run. So once you've set your IP, however, he also mentions that, which I do realise in the end, that an arm launch never initiates a bombing run, but he says you get that later. Moving on, you're correct in either the inherent AA of the SAM or the white flag barrage would attack Vegas, not both. However, he does say you get to complete the spending of your movement point, including the free turn, before they declare the AA attack. So he says, unlike an altitude change, I don't believe the attacking player, or the bot in this case, can declare anything about the move and free turn. So that's when I was saying, well, I'm not sure I would have been in that hex after all, because I don't think I would have been in that hex side. Well, maybe. Anyway, so I can actually move, and then free turn, which when you're on a spine moves you into the hex before the flak then gets to fire. And that in that case, I would have been exactly in that hex, and this flak wouldn't have had the choice of firing. This one still fired, but it didn't matter in this case. But if for some reason this had been medium and that had been light, I would have been able to avoid the medium fire and taking the light. Okay, so good there. Right, and then these are the two important ones that brought things to light for me. It says, check the section for Shrikes. Okay. So there we go, Shrikes, page 33, 17.55. Check the section for Shrikes, specifically, do not resolve the attack after a radar shutdown. Do not resolve the attack after a radar shutdown, Grant. Hey. So, I did go through that procedure. I fired at the SA-13 with the Vegas flight. We got the shutdown. I carried on and did resolve the flight. Resolve the combat, the attack. Not noticing that. So I shouldn't have done that. However, the good thing was that my 2 dice rolls were terrible and nothing happened. But we shouldn't have done that. And that is the big point that John had been making about if these radars shut down, it's not very good. And here was me thinking, yeah, right, I know, the modifiers aren't very good. I shouldn't have even been looking at the modifiers. The Shrikes just can't do anything if it shuts down. They're not allowed to carry on. Now, I'm assuming here, John, I've said all this before, I know, that the missiles are still fired, because you then go on to talk about this next comment, which I'll get to. So I'm assuming that the Shrikes are fired, because I've not got any Shrikes left. But they don't actually do anything, and they don't actually resolve the attack. I can only assume that because of your next comment. And, okay, so that you can see now that these Shrikes aren't so good. Whereas the harms and the KH, mind you, the KH ones, my guess is they're maybe Warsaw Pact missiles. The fact that they've got KH, well, I don't know what it stands for, but anyway, the KH-25MP, that may well, I'll show you it there. See, it says may continue to attack after a radar shutdown. So I'm guessing that maybe the Warsaw Pact one, but there's the NATO one, which is the harm, which harm may continue attack after radar shutdown. So yeah, I'm still not 100% sure if the missiles have been launched. Then, John, you need to tell me if that is the case. But moving on to his last point, he's talking about Vegas again, and he's again one of these things that I needed to look more into. The flight is tasking is SEAD. So there's all the tasking there. This is on page 12 of the rulebook. SEAD, as you can see, air to ground. Yeah, it tells you what it can do. It can only defend in air to air. It can do that in air to ground. But again, it's as if I read through things so far and then just don't read the rest. I don't know. Maybe not with this one. I might just something better. All these things hopefully will sit somewhere in my head now, and then I'll remember. So it says, other, abort if all air-to-ground ordnance and gun ammo jettisoned depleted. Well, just glancing across at Vegas, that's on there, isn't it? You can see, like I say, I'm assuming these 2 Shrikes have been fired. John might come back and maybe just confirm that for me. The fact that I was to kind of abort that once the radar shut down, I'm thinking maybe I still have the 2 Shrikes, but again, going by his comment that this flight should be aborting now. You can see we've no air to ground. I mean, we do have an air-to-air missile, but because our task is SEAD, and we're not a multi-role aircraft now, he does also remind us again that this is, this one. Yeah, the F-16 is multi-role, so it can switch between SEAD. Once it loses all its air to ground, it can switch from SEAD to cap, which is the same as the F-15s, and then carry on its mission. So Vegas flight should have an abort on it. So I read up on abort, and basically what it means is it can't do anything. It can't attempt anything, and it's got to try and head back to an airfield. I think that's what it said. Yeah, it's on the next page of where it was at. So it's page 14, 8.4, flight abort. Player may choose to abort a flight at any time. No, the abort state on the flight log sheet, optionally use an abort marker to mark the flight. I'll just do that. I'll put a marker on it. It says any flight that aborts may move freely, unrestricted by the flight path rules. Aborted flights cannot initiate air-to-air combat. Well, he couldn't anyway. Or conduct air-to-ground attacks. Well, he's no air-to-ground weapons. My guess is he can still defend himself. So if he was involved in air-to-air combat, he does have his infrared missiles. His AIM-9Ms? No. Not 9Ms. Sorry, radar-only missiles. AIM-7Fs. Yeah, AIM-7F, that's it. So there are no specific restrictions on aborted behaviour because there are too many variables that would influence it. But aborted flight should avoid all combat and attempt to land an eligible aircraft or exit the playing area on the west. So he's just going to try and land. Now he's got airfields round about him, but I think that's quite a procedure in itself. But we'll see if we can. I dare say we're going to have to learn to do that. I mean, there's landing right there, so well, why not have a glance at that while we're here, Grant? Takes 3 game turns to land. Okay, well, we're only moved on to turn 5 here. Once landing has begun, procedure can not be stopped. Right, I'm not going to read into it, but that's it there. So basically that's what we're going to try and do with Vegas flight, I think, because there's nothing better. And if anybody does attack him, well, if he's attacked at BVR range, then there's nothing he can do whatsoever. If he is attacked in air-to-air combat, like I say, he can defend himself. At least I think so, anyway. Okay, that's all John's comments. I say if you want more detailed about them, it does go into a bit more detail about the SAM's range and whatever. But I'll have a look at that and take it in as well, John, and I'll make some replies when I get the chance. But thanks again as always. Right, a couple of mistakes to make to point out. Then are pretty well. One of them's pretty big. Well, it is big, yeah. So yeah, I make a comment in the header again regarding that's my confusion. In fact, I'm challenging the rules here. I'm saying there's some discrepancy here. Discrepancy, that's not a word. I don't think that's a word I use. But anyway, because it says that SAMs can have 3 states. They can be hidden, located, or unlocated. However, infrared SAMs can only be hidden or located. And I'm like thinking, I'm scratching my head. And I no doubt, I mean, John's must have picked this up. I put the comment in the header, and I'm talking about this, saying, well, how can this be only hidden or located? Because it starts unlocated, and that's in the rules. And I'm talking about the discrepancy between the DBD rules and the main rules, and is that something that's overriding something? And eventually when I'm watching it back, I realise that this isn't an infrared SAM. It's the other 2 that are infrared. They both start located, so they're within the rules. This one is not an infrared SAM, so it can be hidden, located, or unlocated. So it was unlocated. So my bad there, apologies there if I've offended anybody. Right, and then the big mistake. Yeah, and I'll also have to make a comment in part 9 where I do I'm meant to be paused, and I think you can hear some grunting and groaning, maybe some noises that shouldn't be heard. Where I think I've got the camera paused and I'm not, but I'm just going to let that go because I'd put the video footage together. Anyway, it's not a biggie. Well, I don't think it is. Maybe me making some funny noises. Right, yeah, so the mistake. Okay, let's look at that mistake. And it was with the F-16's flight and attack on the AC-13. And I'm sure John will have picked it up. What? No, it's just charts I need. Right, quickly, because I've spoke about all this already, so hang on. Okay, so we declare this hex our IP or bomber run starting, then we move into here and we're going to attack. But before we get to launch, of course, you've got to deal with the SAM and AAA fire first if there's any. Well, we are in range, so he will fire the SA-13. So he goes to fire at us, and yeah, it's SAM attack here, isn't it? And this is our SE13. So we roll here, we roll a 14. We get pretty unlucky, roll a 14. There's a -1 modifier there because we're at low at range 2. And there's a -1 modifier there because it's an infrared SAM attack. And yeah, it is. I just had to look there again to make sure it was. So we got a -2, roll a 14. Which is only a 12, so and there's the words, possible hit. How did that not stick in my head? Because I've spoke about this before. So we've got a possible hit, okay? So possible hit, roll and SAM defense. So we then go into the SAM defense table. I'm not sure, I think we get a +3 modifier, don't we? I think we roll, I want to say we roll something silly like a 19 there or something. We get a miss. So we've had a possible hit, but we've got a miss. So it doesn't register to me. I've had a miss, right? And that's that. So we then carry on with our attack, our bomb and run. And it's an EOGM we're using, and we look through these modifiers, and I get to this one, SAM attack, possible hit result during bomb run. I say, oh no, we didn't get that, we got a miss. But this is the one that, when I was talking about, I thought, and there it stands out. We didn't get hit, but we did get a possible hit. So this is a -2. And if you think about it, I suppose they've launched the SAM missile at us. We've been smart enough or clever enough or whatever to avoid the hit from the missile. We've not taken a hit. We've got a miss from it. The missiles went past us. But we've maybe had to use some weird manoeuvre to do it. So I think that's then throwing us a bit wobbly. So that's why we've got a -2. That's the way I'm looking at it. It makes some kind of sense. So we should have had a -2. So I roll 13, I think. Right, we're on the EOGM. I roll a 13. Yeah, that's what I roll. I roll a 13, which is a 3 result. However, I don't take the -2, which I should. So it should have been a 2 result. So I'm kind of thinking, oh no, where's this going? So then we check for damage. And of course, I'm looking on the 3 success value column when I should be on the 2. This time we roll a 12. It's an 11 or a 12. And I'm looking at the 3 column, and I get a heavy, and I say, yes, good stuff, we're in. However, we should be looking at this column, and it's an S. So, not so good stuff, right? Okay. So, S is slight, and first I've done all this already. Oh, and by the way, I suppose I should roll the dice again. When I done this, I rolled a 6. Oh, I'm keeping my dice roll. That's what I rolled. I rolled a 6 earlier on. Honestly. So we don't take... It's not... Other targets take slight damage, because I was starting to put a slight damage counter on it, but that's not what happens. We roll 1d10, and the SAM is suppressed for that many turns. So I rolled a 6. I'm going to stick with that one. That's what should have happened. So, in actual fact, up here, this SA-13 does not have heavy damage. We do not have another 3 points. And that's the bad part. This is marked suppressed. Like I say, the dice roll was a 6. And you can just trust me there. But, I mean, I could manipulate these things. So, that's what I rolled. So, it's suppressed for 6 turns. And that's after this turn. Well, I say after this turn, we actually moved on. We've moved on to turn 5. So in actual fact, that's the correct position that should be in. It should be in 6 plus that last turn's finished. We've now got 6 turns with that on. It can't fire. It can't do anything. Once these 6 turns are up, we mark it with a radar shutdown marker instead, and then in the admin phase, I can try and remove that and switch back on again. So, but unfortunately, there's no points. There's no points for that in the victory conditions. I don't think. No, it's only heavily damaged or destroyed. So yeah, that was a big blunder. So what can I do? Okay, right. I think that went a bit smoother, to be honest. I hope. It was a bit of a mess, that bit that recorded. It's just when the last draw was when I looked at the camera and I was speaking into the camera and I was on pause, which I've done a few times, I know. But anyway, okay. Well, that kind of changes things a little bit, because I don't know. We only fired one EOGM, hoping that we would keep one for this. And then now we found out about the Shrike situation, and the fact that, you know, if we fire a Shrike... In fact, I've worked out that I'm only going to fire one Shrike, because what's the point in firing 2? I'm better saving one of them. Unless John's maybe got that wrong. Maybe they don't actually fire. Well, I don't know where I'm going to find that out from. I can only... Do not resolve the attack. Do not resolve the attack. I don't know. I don't know if they're being fired or not. Well, I'm just going to go with the fact that because he said I should abort after that because I've no weapons left. Okay. Right, let's get a wee bit done then, because that spoiled my whole time that I had, really, because it was about 30 odd minutes there, and now I had to do it all again. And well, I've cut that down to 20 odd minutes now, so that's good. Right, well, got 1 minute, Grant. So we're starting the turn with sequence of play. Yeah, let's get that out. So we're going to do random event phase to start with. Right, random event, let's do that. Let's get going. I'm moving my beer over a bit after that disaster last night. Right, okay, here we go. 10. Ooh, that's the old 9 and 10, isn't it? Right, where are they? It is command confusing. I can't find where the... Must be in the back of one of these. It's not that one. Must be player 2, is it? Yeah, player 2 at the back, but I had it folded inside. So command confusion. Roll 1d10 again. 1 to 6 Warsaw Pact, 7 to 10 NATO. So we're hoping here for a 1 to 6. And then flights may not initiate air combat. Mind it doesn't apply to them, but right, here we go. 5, good. So it's Warsaw Pact. However, when we look at the bot random event instructions, it says this event only applies to the human player side. Ignore any result that affects the bot side. So basically we're ignoring that again. So that's good. That could have been worse. Mind you, are we doing much in the air department thing? Well, maybe. I don't know. Cobra's down there. He tried to go in and... Oh, he's BVR, wasn't he? Right, I think... Well, this is going to be a turn where the Warsaw Pact are going to do something different. Anyway, yeah. Right, so that was random event. Jamming phase, we ignored. Detection phase. Okay. So... We've got Vegas, Cobra, right, Saint up there is not detected. So, he's not, yeah, right, detection table. Or anything at deck, that's what we're looking at. Right, nothing's at deck, so there's not any modifiers. Right, so the Warsaw Pact detection level is a C, so we're rolling on the C column with no modifiers. They need a 12. Right, needs a 12 to detect Saint. Oh, it's rolled bang on a 12. Okay. Yeah. Right. And right, there's one of theirs undetected. We need a 13, don't we? Yeah. We need a 13 to try and detect the B flight. I've rolled 16. Good. Okay. Might not really be that relevant, but it's always better having it that way than not. Okay, that's detection. And then movement. Right. We wrote a determine initiative. 1 to 6, it's NATO. We kind of want this, I think. That's a 1. So it is our initiative. We are going to take it, I think. I think we have to. Right, well, we're going to draw a chit and see what we get. Hopefully it's not a 0. Right, here we go. Right, stuck to my fingers. Right, here we go. 3 for large, so hopefully it's at least a 1. Oh, look at that. It's a 3. So we're getting all our flights first. Well, that's really good. Okay. I'll just pull that off the table, but... Right, okay. So, what are we going to do? I don't know. Okay, I was thinking I might just move Vegas first and maybe try and get them set up to land, but just looking there, 1, right. But I was checking, it says flights may only land at an airfield rated equal to or greater than the aircraft's runway rating. Well, all of the aircraft, well, no, the F-16 is a 2, but the Wild on the F-15 are a 3. That's this number here. Or at least I assume it is. That looks like them. I'm just looking on the chart here. Yeah, runway a 3. So that means we've got to find something with a 3 or bigger. So that's not going to be so easy because Bad Hersfeld is a 1. This one's a 1. This one down here is a 1. So we can't land at them, and this one's a 2. I mean, the 3s are away over the other side. There's 3s, 4s, and 5s, but they're away across the map. Oh, you know what? There might be some up here. I've not got the full map, or there might be some down here. I've not got the full map exposed, have I? Right, well, you know what? We're just going to head Vegas flight that way. There is a 3. There's a 3 away along here, but I mean, he's never going to... Well, I don't know. We might reach it, I suppose. Yeah, I can see where there might have been something closer that I've just got the map folded over. I'm not so sure it's a biggie, but, well, I don't know. Unless I've got that wrong, but that looks to me like I need to fly to a 3. So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to activate him first then, just to fly him west, get him out of the way. So he is clean. To be honest, he can just go afterburner. He's at medium height. Right, hang on though. He's wanting to turn. He's wanting to do a through 30, 60. He's kind of want to do a 120 degree turn. What What speed can I do that at? You wouldn't have thought it'd be that fast, would it? Yeah. So, speed of 3 to 4, I could do a 120 turn. I think it's 120, innit? I'm facing... Zoom in a little bit. So I'm facing the edge there. So 30 degrees would be there. 60, 90. Well, could I get away with 90? I could actually. Because I could get away with 90. Does that mean I can speed up a bit? What's 90? Yeah, 5 to 8. I could do a 90-degree turn. I'm wanting to avoid the flak. I don't want to end up... Right, so I think I can do that. So that's speed 5 to 8. So let's get the Wild Weasels card down here. And have a look. Right. So we're clean. We're at medium altitude. So I could use dash throttle for a speed of 6. Let's do that, because that's between 5 and 8. Yeah, I'm going to go with that for a 6. And my first movement point is going to turn me 90 degrees. I'll knock that down to 5. Oops, maybe you can't see that. Right, and then I'm 90 degrees as 30, 60, 90. So I'm looking down the spine. And then my second movement point is going to move into there and do a free turn into there, a 30 degrees. Yeah? Yeah, I can get a free turn of 30 degrees at speed 6. That's me on 4. And remember, this flak doesn't fire, it's only in the hex it's in. So, and then we're just going to scoot away, aren't we? To be honest, we might be able to reach away along there. I don't know. And he should be marked with a dash throttle marker, Grant. So let's not forget that. Right, he's dashing. So 4 movement points left. So 1 free turn, 2, 3, 4. That's all. He stays at medium altitude. He is at dash throttle. And he's just getting out of there. Yeah? Yeah, I think so. So I'll just leave that card along there somewhere, because we just need to try and get him out of there. And he's got plenty of fuel still. He's still got 2, 4, 6. He's got 7 at the moment, and we're going to mark one off down to 6. So yeah, okay. Just to get him out of the firing range, it is possible that they could. Right, so what are we doing with... We've got Cobra and we've got Saint. Well, Saint's still got one of his EOGMs. He's got his Shrikes. So I think he's going to turn in like... And then some... Yeah. Well, if we don't go for that SA11, it's going to start acquiring something else again anyway, isn't it? Cobra. Yeah, let's do this again, because I think I've realised that, okay, I need to spend a movement point, because I want to use BVR again, because BVR is safer, isn't it? Whether the results, I don't know. Right, find the table that you need, Grant. I think I want to say it's played card 1 actually. That is right. So BVR. Attacker and defender's forward arc. Attacker and defender's forward arc. Or forward rear B marks. Yeah. No shot of friendly. Yeah. Attack and defender's rear, no shots if... Yeah, okay. That's rules for engagement, right. We need to spend a movement point though, don't we? Yeah, I still have the need to just get the rulebook open rather than using a lot of these charts, tables. A fight may attempt to engage an enemy fight during its own movement. A fight may not attempt to engage in BVR air-to-air combat unless it has moved at least one hex or changed altitude in the movement phase. That's the bit I was looking for. Changed altitude. Because what we are going to do here as well, Cobra flight, F15, he's clean. He's at medium altitude, so he can have a speed 4 unless I want to dash. I don't know. Again, I don't know the smart bits about doing this. I think I might be starting to learn about the altitudes and what best altitude to be on. But yeah, where's the BVR table? It's on the other side of here, isn't it? Yeah, -1 per altitude difference, and then defender at low. Yeah, see, we want to be at low if he's low. Okay, I'm not going to dash. I'm going to set my speed at combat 4. Are we want to be 4? Yeah, I'm just not smart enough to know what to do here. So I'm going to set it at 4. That's combat throttle at medium altitude, and I'm going to use 1 movement point to. Oh no, I don't. Oh yeah, I do need to do that, don't I? I only got a free drop if I move into the hex. But I can spend a movement point to change altitude, can't I? I don't need to. Dive to any one lower altitude band. On completing a dive action, the flight may make a free turn. Ah yeah, I missed one of them. I could have done that. I think could have dived and free turned. I didn't realise that. Yeah, spend 1 movement point. No. Yeah, why is it not making it clear for me there? 6.31. It's just me, I think. Move. Right, each of the following actions costs 1 movement point. Right, it's got in the rulebook here. But main play raids are meant to be that like that, Grant. Dive to any lower altitude band. On completing a dive and may make a free turn. And yeah, it is that. So I'm going to spend 1 movement point to go down to 3, and I'm going to dive. So I'm not moving out of the hex to low altitude, and declare a BVR attack. Would that not been better to try and come round about and head them straight on? The problem with that is I don't know if I could have done that. Could I have done that? Let me pause and think. I was just looking at the moves when you're on the spine. I know if I do a 30-degree turn for here, I end up in the hex facing that way. I'm assuming I can do a 60-degree turn from here, ending up that way, or even a 90-degree turn from here, ending up that way. I'm assuming that, because it wouldn't just restrict you because you're on the spine, surely. So yeah, I'm just trying to see if I can maybe get around the front. If I'm moving at a speed of 4, I get 60-degree free turns. Right, pause again and look at it, Grant. Right, I'm not very sure if I can do this or not. Let me put this back to 4 again. So I'm speed 4, combat throttle. This is at medium. If I use one movement point to start by doing a 60-degree turn, hang on. Yeah. After a turn, I can freely descend. So a 60-degree turn, to be honest, I think maybe a 30-degree turn would be fine, wouldn't it? Yeah. I don't think it matters. Right, if I spend one movement point to do a 30-degree turn and drop one altitude band. Oh yeah, I forgot. If we end up at low, we're across the other side of the front. That's at the end of the movement phase. Right, that would be one movement point. So if I then moved one into here and do a speed 4, a free 60-degree turn, I don't think that would be me that way. Still at low altitude. That'd be me. I have 2 movement points left. But is that not? That's me got him in the front now, isn't it? Yeah. It is, isn't it? Because it comes. Right, how do the examples of the arcs, etc. So that is. I'm facing the. No, actually I don't have, do I? I don't have him in the front there. I go up the side of him. That's not any good. So I would have to spend one more movement point to turn. Can I do that? Something feels a bit off about that. Maybe? Yeah, I think it's okay. I'm not sure with me doing a free turn and then selecting a movement point to do a turn. Although I'm not really seeing anything to do that. Yeah, I'm not really seeing anything that restricts me from that. Move 1 hex, turn up to the flight's maximum turn value. Yeah. I think that's fine. I think I can end up in that hex. I think I've got to spend that extra 1 movement point to get him head on. I don't know, something feels odd about that, but I'm going to go with it. I'll look back on the footage later and we'll see. So, and now I'm going to initiate BVR combat then. Okay. So, we have moved. We've changed, well, yeah, we've moved. The defender must be detected, must be in the range now. We are at the front now, so our range for our weapons is actually 2. Rules of engagement must allow it. Yeah, everyone's alright. Look down. Yeah. Attacker must have the defender in its forward arc. Yeah, I think I can do this. So we're going to automatically engage because we're F15. We don't need to roll on that. Okay. And now we're going to... That's the wrong chart. Now we're going to maneuver. So... Okay, on the maneuver table again. Where are we? So it's just the BVR modifiers down the bottom. We've got 2 flight in the 2 aircraft in the flight. So we're looking on this column. There's the BVR number, die roll. Our modifiers are per altitude band difference. Well, there's none because we're both at low. Defender at low, exception, no mod if attacker is same or lower. We are same. He's not at deck, not high altitude. Defender attack from rear, no. Defender attack from beam, no. Defender attack from forward dart, and this is what I was trying to achieve. Yes, +2, and then my aggression value is still +2. So we've got a +4 on this roll. So come on then, Grant, let's see a die roll. Yeah, on the BVR column, we've got 2 aircraft. Let's see what we got. 11, well, it could have been worse. 11, but we've got a plus, what did I say? +4, isn't it? Yeah, so 11, so 15 is not bad. Well, there it is there, 13 to 16. We've got a 2. So that's the number of shots, isn't it? Number of shot opportunities, we've got 2. So is that we go to short resolution now? Yeah. So an undepleted weapon to shoot with. So we're using our infrared. No. We're using our infrared missiles, AIM 9Ms. AIM 9Ms, and their modifier is a +1 for BVR. Is that right? Yeah, +1 for BVR. It'd be a +3 for being air to air. So I suppose that's a bonus to going into air to air. So we're we're down here. That's a +1, and then that doesn't apply to BVR. Yeah, so +1 on this, and we've got 2 shots. So we're rolling this. Do we roll this twice? No, hang on. Number of shot opportunities. Then roll 2 dice, apply modifiers, consult table. Shots are resolved in any order as determined by the player. A shot may be refused based on the results of an earlier shot. Yeah. So we've got 2 shot opportunities. We don't need to take them both. So we can roll here first. We've got a +1 modifier. Let's go. What happened the last time we went BVR? Did we completely roll poorly? I think we must have done. Right, okay. +1 modifier. Oh, dear. Well, I'm guessing that's terrible. That's 5. +1's 6. That is less than 13, isn't it? Is this where we rolled poorly? Right, I'm going to use my other shot opportunity then. Oh, that's better. That's maybe too good. That's 18. +1's 19. Sometimes it's too high. 1 aircraft shot down. Just 19. 1 aircraft shot down. Well, it's got to be. He's only got 1 aircraft. Yeah, so I don't need to roll on that. There it's there. Damage allocation table. He's only got 1 aircraft. Doesn't matter what we roll, we're getting number 1. Well, whether it's... Yeah, it changes up to number 1 anyway. So yes, we've got him. So we've got pull off. Let me see. It's in this, inside of this, isn't it? So we move our shot resolution, depletion, check for BVR, weapon depletion. Modify the roll by -1 per shot. Yeah, we should have done this first. So our depletion, right, without showing things here, it's a 3. So we're going to roll 1 dice. Yeah, it must be 1 dice. Yeah, and we get a -1 because that's per shot taken after the first. We fire twice. So we got a -1 this roll, and we don't want it to be a 3 or less. Right. 4. -1's a 3. Yeah. So we are depleted. I've not been good with their rolls. So that's Cobra. That's Cobra kind of screwed now as well, isn't it? That's his infrared missiles away. He's got his gun left, so I guess he can probably still do a bit of that. Okay. However, well, what's next? Depletion damage allocation, roll on the damage table. Morale. If shots occurred, the defender takes morale checks, but I mean, we obviously don't need to do that, do we? I mean, he's shot down. I don't really see them. The need to do that. We don't need to do that, do we? Morale check. I mean, it would jettison, it would be disordered, it would have to abort. I mean, it's shot down. It's gone. I'm taking it off. It's gone. Pull off's gone. And yeah, well, that's another 2 points for us as well, isn't it? So that's both their flights gone. Well, the good thing is they were the ones that probably better at taking us down. I would guess the MiG-29 is better than the MiG-21. Okay, well, that was good. Now we still have 1 movement point left. Well, you know what? Can I not just climb an altitude band again to avoid taking that AAA? I think I can. Some of these things just feel a bit off, but oh, we can take that one away as well. That was Pulov's flight. Yeah, I think that was our last movement point. We've climbed back up to medium altitude, and we'll avoid taking the AAA. Yeah, I've got a feeling some of this isn't right. I don't know. There's something just feeling a bit odd about all that. Maybe the maneuver by Cobra flight there was maybe not quite right. Right, let's see if we can. Yeah, we're at 51 minutes. Come on, Grant. We can do this. We can get our F-16 involved. Hopefully. That's them two done. So saying, right, what's he want to do? So he's laden, isn't he? Yeah, he's got 2 Shrikes, but he's got an EOGM left. I see. If you hadn't had that, well, that's fine. So I think he's going to try and go for the SA-11 with the Shrikes. So we need to be at medium altitude to get a range of 6, which we can probably achieve. We don't want to. Yeah, we want to come into this X and then turn. There's no mountains in the way or anything like that. No. Well, we're going to be at medium altitude anyway. So F-16 laden at low altitude. Yeah. So he's got a speed of 3. We could dash him to 4. So hang on. Well, we want to climb, don't we? Yeah. We need to climb to get the 6 range, don't we? So that's 1 movement point. 2, 3 turn. 3. Then fire. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's just within range. We can get that. So okay. So I just set combat throttle at low altitude. That's a 3. I feel like I'm maybe rushing here a bit as well. Maybe that's what it is. So we've got a 3. Yeah, our first movement point is just to climb to medium then. I need the counter. So we climb to medium. So it's got 2 points left. We move 1 and then free turn 30 degrees for our second movement point, and then our third movement point, I'll just put it on top of it there, like that, would be that, and we're going to attack. with one of our Shrikes. Only one. So we're at medium altitude. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We are 6 away. So I think that works. Right, let me find the right chart. Right, so I think it's this here, isn't it? And just confirming the Shrikes. Shrike, maximum range is 3 hexes at det low, 6 hexes at medium high. So we've got 6 hexes. We're firing just one Shrike because I've realised that once they do this morale check, if we fail it, then it looks like... I'm just wondering if maybe John's not... Maybe... Because I've said we've got no weapons left. Maybe these missiles don't actually fire. I don't know. Surely we'd have considered that. Ah well, we'll go with this, and I'm just going to fire one. So announce an arm launch. I'm going to fire one. It doesn't matter about the type of it. We know that because we're playing solo. It's not. We're firing a Shrike and we're firing at that SA-11. Right. Yeah, I'm starting to think I should probably have used a different speed. Maybe went to dash. No, well, you know what? I've done it now. That's fine. Right. So there's no voluntary shutdown because the bot won't do that. So it's going to take an arm morale check. Fails on a 5 or less. DRMs +1 launching flight undetected. Oh, you know what? They detected him. We would have got that +1. We would have got that +1. -1 if it's launched from 10 hexes away. No. If check fails, mark with a shutdown marker, and then that means we do not resolve the arm attack because. I'm still not sure about the weapons firing. I'm still not sure about the weapons firing. If we kind of abort, if it's like we can't fire it anymore because it's shot down. Right, well, you need to let me know, John. Okay, so we're going to roll 1 dice, and there's no modifiers, and we kind of want greater than a 5, don't we? So it's going to fail on a 5 or less. If it fails, it's going to shut down. So here we go. Oh, you know what? It was almost on a 9. Rolled off the 9 onto a 1. So it's failed again. So that means it's a shutdown again. And well, it aborts. So I'm gonna mark the Shrike off. Again, I should have probably picked the flight it was on. Right, well, pick flight number 1, aircraft number 1. I mean, but yeah, I'm still wondering if the actual missile gets fired. Well, I'm coming to an end here anyway, and although there is a chance, I've got 2 videos still to upload yet, so there's a chance I might not see this for a while. So, okay, well that's that then. Yeah, because it just stops the attack. I don't do any more. So I have marked the missile off. My assumption is the missile fires, but it just does nothing. Unless, like I say, maybe John's not taking that into consideration. Ooh, that looks a bit messy. Right, okay. Well, I'm probably going to have to call it a night. What time was it? Well, maybe. Maybe I could do a bit more. It's possibly. But I will cut this now because that's just come up for an hour. And yeah, I'm better just uploading that. Now that's all the NATO flights moved, so I don't even need to draw a chart for the Warsaw Pact. I'll just put that turn marker there to remind us that there are 3 flights. Oh no, there are 2 flights only now. Assuming we did get all that right. I've got my doubts about the way I manoeuvred that around though. So yeah. Well, you know what? If I've got some of this all wrong, then so be it. I might actually, you know what? If I have got things majorly wrong, I might actually do this scenario again. Because I'm starting to, things are starting to get a little smoother. You wouldn't maybe think it, but they are. I'm actually starting to sort of realise, but I'm frightened though when I'm looking at these charts. I'm like, right, are you sure that's right though, Grant? I'm wanting to read more, and now I'm sort of saying no, just kind of stick with how you think it should be, and you know, yes, you might make some errors maybe, but hopefully they're not major. But... Right, okay, I'll get away for now. And what was this? This was part 10, wasn't it? And yeah, I'll be back with part 11. Maybe tonight. Maybe I'll start it tonight. We'll see. Okay, cheers.